Hey guys, it's Anna from Bright Lane Gardens, and today I wanted to talk to you about the best native shrubs that you can plant here in Michigan for fall colors. As we all know, northern Michigan is known for these awesome fall colors that we get usually starting in September and going all the way through that first week of November. Now, did you know that there's a way that you can plant your shrubs to really complement those fall colors that some of our larger trees offer? There are a huge variety of native shrubs here in northern Michigan that do also mimic a lot of those beautiful fall colors and have other added features as well, like berries or peeling bark. I put together a list of my top 5 native shrubs that you can plant for additional fall color and fall interest in your yard. If you've been following our channel, then you already know how passionate I am about planting with native plants. Not only are native plants better for our local ecosystem and our wildlife, but they also are much easier to care for. So I found that as I compile these different lists of some of my favorite plants that I've personally gardened with, it's setting you up for success when you design your own yard. One top thing that I love to help our customers keep in mind when they're designing a section or area of their yard is don't just plan for those summer blooms. Go beyond that. Plan for 4-season interest. And what I mean by 4-season interest is you want that plant to add something to your yard all through the calendar year. So whether that's in spring, summer, fall, or winter, your plant should be adding a feature or a bonus to your yard, whether that's attracting different types of wildlife, offering berries, having a unique feature or interest that really draws your eye to it. Whatever that feature is, plant for that 4-season interest. Trust me, you won't regret it. I've compiled a list of my top 5 favorite plants to plant for fall interest and fall color, and I hope you love them as much as I do. First on my list of native Michigan shrubs to plant for fall colors is the dogwood. We have several species of dogwood that are native to northern Michigan. This one right beside me is a red twig dogwood, and this guy down here is actually our red flowering dogwood. Now both of these are special for their own reasons. This red flowering dogwood is a spring bloomer. The blooms will stay on this for about 2 to 3 weeks. This is a quick growing shrub. It can grow up to 6 feet tall, and it can be pruned back to fit a space as well. Now, after the blooms have expired, you will be rewarded in the fall with some incredible fall foliage, ranging in color from orange to a vibrant goldenrod. This is a beautiful flower. Oftentimes people are very shocked to hear that this is a native plant and that it is indeed a dogwood. This one that I have right beside me is the red twig dogwood. I know you've seen these before if you're ever out and about in the winter and you can see snow on the ground but see these bright red stalks sticking up from a plant that is oftentimes a red twig dogwood. They do have a little bit of a reddish hue to them right now. Now, once fall hits, these twigs will turn a very vibrant red, almost a fire engine red. They stand out wonderfully against dead leaves that have fallen on the ground. And of course, they really stand out once we start getting some of that bright white snow. You can see that they add a lot of texture with some bright red stalks sticking up out of the snowfall. I love our red twig dogwoods because they also produce some really pretty berries in the fall. It is currently June, so these are just in their infancy, but these are where the expired blooms have already ended, and this fall, usually around September, we'll start to see those berries come around. Ninebarks made my list for shrubs to plant for fall interest for several different reasons. Of course, they do boast those beautiful fall colors that we've grown to love here in northern Michigan. During the summer, they do also feature these beautiful clusters of bright white blooms that usually happen in late May to early June. Ninebarks do also get some small berries on them, which is of course a hit with all of our local flying friends. These 2 varieties of ninebarks that I have alongside me do come with already fall colored leaves. This is an Amber Jubilee to my right and a Diablo Ninebark to my left. The Diablo is that darker purple color, whereas the Amber Jubilee does have some of those orangey yellow tones that we love. Now, during the fall, these do get much more vibrant. The Amber Jubilee will get a brighter yellow hue to it, and the Diablo is actually going to turn bright red, almost like a Japanese maple. Now, the top reason that I picked Ninebarks for fall interest is they have this awesome, unique feature that no other plants have, and that is that peeling bark effect, hence where their name Ninebark comes from. If you look towards the stem of a Ninebark, you'll see that the bark starts to peel off in layers. Every layer of bark has a little bit of a different hue to it, offering some unique colors even after the leaves fall off in the fall. If you're looking for a nice, robust shrub that is native to northern Michigan that can fill out a space quickly, Ninebark is definitely the answer for you. These guys can grow up to 6 to 8 feet tall. They can be pruned back to fit a certain space, but they will reach their maximum height in just 2 to 3 seasons. So if you really need to fill out an area of your yard, one of these Ninebarks would be a great option for you. Next on my list of native Michigan shrubs to plant for fall colors is the maple leaf viburnum. This is a maple leaf viburnum that I'm standing in front of here. There are a lot of viburnums that are native to northern Michigan. There are hundreds of species of viburnums worldwide. Please note there are a handful of viburnums that are actually invasive to northern Michigan, so it's really important to understand what type of viburnum you're planting and if it's something that's truly native to your specific region. If you're up here in northern Michigan with me, I can assure you that the maple leaf viburnum is native to our region. It's native to actually most of the Midwest up here, so this is a really safe bet if you're looking for a good viburnum option for your yard. Now, the maple leaf viburnum, of course, features these beautiful green leaves that do resemble that of a maple leaf during the summer. They also have a really fragrant, beautiful white bloom. They're not anything too boisterous, but just enough to attract the right kind of pollinators to your yard, and they add just a little pop of color among the green foliage. Now, one of my biggest selling points on the maple leaf viburnum is, while it will eventually hit those red, yellows, and oranges that we've grown to love in the fall here in northern Michigan, before it hits that, it will actually turn a very deep purple or burgundy color, and it's truly a focal point of our yard for about a week or two when it's in that color scheme. The maple leaf viburnum will also produce these awesome deep purple berries. These are a hit with the birds. It is not uncommon at all for us to see birds kind of dive in and out of this shrub here, and they just love those berries. Also, viburnums can grow really tall, and I mean really, really tall. As you can see, this guy behind me here is upwards of 10 feet tall. He absolutely towers over me. We do not prune the top of this at all. We've really let him grow wild since we've moved in here. We do trim the outer branches just to make sure they don't cover up this sidewalk that I'm standing next to here. Outside of that, we don't fertilize, we don't water, we don't do anything special to this plant. It truly wants to be here. It grows so well in our region, and in the fall, it really rewards us with those awesome berries and truly unique fall colors. Another viburnum that does get honorable mention on this list for fall colors is our blue muffin or arrowhead viburnum. This viburnum is a very unique one. It does get the same really pretty fall colors that our maple leaf viburnum gets, but as an added benefit, this guy actually gets these adorable clusters of bright blue berries in the fall. And trust me when I say the birds absolutely love them. The birds truly flock to this shrub. So if you are an avid bird watcher, this is definitely a great addition for your yard. Again, this is a native form of viburnum to northern Michigan, so it's an excellent addition for our local ecosystem as well. The Gro Low Sumac made my list of favorite fall shrubs for fall colors for several reasons, but one of my top considerations for this plant is it's frequently used as a ground cover. Now, while he looks pretty unassuming in this pot, this plant has reached almost its maximum height, but not even close to its maximum width. These guys can reach up to 6 feet wide and can really cover a large area of landscaping if you're looking for a native, unique plant to put there. One of my top recommendations for the Gro Low Sumac is actually to plant beneath windows so that they won't grow so tall that they block the view from the window, but they can really help cover some of the ground beneath the window. These Gro Low Sumacs do have really pretty, tiny yellow flowers in the spring that are followed by some fun fuzzy berries that the birds absolutely love. Of course, the selling point that I have on this plant is the magnificent fall colors, which range from yellow to orange to red and really stay on the plant for an extended period of time compared to our maple trees. The Gro Low Sumac is also a really fast grower, reaching its maximum height and width usually within the first 2 to 3 seasons. Just like the Ninebark, if you're looking to cover a significant space in a short amount of time, the Gro Low Sumac is a really good option for you. One last unique feature of this plant is its leaves are exceptionally fragrant. Anytime you brush up past them or an animal brushes past them, they release this spicy fragrance that's unmistakable. This is really a fun and versatile addition to any landscaped area in your yard. And those were my top 5 picks for native shrubs that you can plant to add more fall interest and fall color to your yard. As you probably noticed, I already had most of these planted in my yard, which means that I've had years of experience watching these plants go through each season and noticing the features that stand out for each one. These plants by a long shot are some of the lowest care plants on my property. I very rarely have to do anything to them outside of pruning them back because they're growing so quickly and so well. If you are looking for a low maintenance, easy to care for shrub that's also beneficial to the environment, I highly encourage you to consider one of these native shrubs mentioned in my video today. If you have any questions about any of the plants that I mentioned in this video today, please leave them in the comments below. And if you like this type of content and want to learn more about growing native shrubs or growing anything in northern Michigan, please take the time to subscribe to our channel. It really helps out small businesses like ours. As always, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you next time.